Hey there, this is Jeana, and I'm so excited. I'm bringing you today the Clareblend Mini lesson number 3. So in the past, last week, we did the neck and we did some of the face, and now we're going to dive into the mouth area, which is super fun. Super excited to share this with you. A couple tips in case I haven't mentioned it in the past. Be sure that you are drinking water. Be sure that you're drinking at least 8 ounces of water before you start your treatment. So if you haven't drank any water in the last hour, push pause, run out to the sink, get a glass of water, chug it down, and then come back and we'll get started here. So the first thing I need to do, I have makeup on today. I've just been having such a great time in my skincare lab that it was hard to make myself sit down and do this video. So I'm going to do this right here with you. I've got Michelle Corley's Micellar foam. I love this cleansing foam because it cleanses your skin and tones it all at once. And it doesn't have to be removed with water. You can remove it with a dry towel or a damp towel. It's perfect for those people that are like cats and they hate to splash water on their skin when they're not in a bath or a shower. So it's one of my go-tos because I'm one of those people. At the sink, I hate splashing water around. So I'm going to start here with some of the foam. Let's get it loaded up on here. Go ahead and massage it around. I've got lipstick on, so I got to get some of that lipstick off. Smells good, feels good. It has really a neutral scent. So for those people that are not liking fragrance things, it's really not bad. Okay, and I'm going to grab one of our Lush Cloths. These are now available on our reward center. If you haven't noticed yet, on our reward center, you can now choose your own free gifts. It's so great. Every month we'll have a different free gift featured, several different free gifts featured. Some of my favorite items that I want you to try will be there. So always when you're placing an order, be sure to go over to the reward center and check out what's available on there. So there we go. Lipstick's gone, makeup's gone. Love this stuff. Skin feels soft. I feel like I like to use a damp one of these cloths because I feel like that gets more of it off. Right now it does leave a little bit of a sticky feeling, but once you put on moisturizer, you wouldn't notice that. But normally, and when I'm at the sink, I'm going to use a warm washcloth, warm Lush Cloth to take that off. So now my skin's clean. I'm going to go ahead and get my Clareblend Mini loaded up. Of course, I've got my isocell recovery solution. I'm going to fill up my ramekin with a little bit of the solution. Just enough so that I can get my 2-inch toner pad nice and wet. I'm going to reach over here and turn on my Clareblend Mini, which I neglected to do. All right, hear that beep? We're getting ready to go. So the Clareblend Mini, you need to have water in your skin in order for it to conduct. If you're doing a treatment and treatment after treatment and you're just not seeing the improvement, it's because you need more water in your body. So be sure that you are staying hydrated. I fill up this quart jar, one of those mason jars, every night when I go to bed. And I tell myself I can't leave the bedroom in the morning until that entire jar is finished. That's one way that I jumpstart my water routine. And then I refill that jar and I take it with me to my desk and make myself drink that water there. So here I go. You can hear the Clareblend Mini starting to beep because it's activated. We've got the isocell recovery solution on there. Now that isocell recovery solution is so important because it's loaded with minerals. Minerals are what help attract that electricity and guide it into the skin. Super conductive. Now I've got my Mieux, my O2 Calming Gel. I'm going to load it up a nice generous amount over my lips and my cheek area. Dry my hands on my Lush Cloth. Okay. So now last week we did movements. We went up the neck, we went up behind the ear and held back here, and we went sideways on the neck, and we went lines going up the face, We went across the cheekbones and we just did all that lifting on both sides. We also went along the jawline several times. So we're going to build on that today. In order to plump and lift the area around the mouth, you do have to lift through the cheeks. So we're going to do some more with that today. The first thing I'm going to start with, though, is I'm going to go back to where we started with lesson 1, where we did some releasing of the tension in the skin and breaking up some of that fascia. So the mouth is a common area where you purse your lips. There's just a lot of tension around that mouth area. I am a frowner, talked about it before. I frown every night. I frown while I'm sleeping. So these muscles get developed and I get this strong frowning going. So the first thing I'm going to do is these movements back and forth. And I'm going to slow down, going fast, breaking up adhesions and tension along that upper lip. And then we're going to get to the bottom lip. I'm going to do the same thing there, smoothing out, breaking up adhesions. I'm going to get into that ball of muscle in the corner right here. And just do some massage in there. Now I have a few clients who've talked to me because they have sensitive teeth. They've had some work done on their teeth are really sensitive, and they have a hard time with the Clareblend Mini. I wanted to tell you that you can use the Clareblend Mini with a sheet mask. You can use it with the BioCell sheet mask. You just put the sheet mask on your face and then do the mini on top of it. You will see that that produces a nice little buffer for you so that you can still get the benefits of the microcurrent without having that pain in your teeth. So from there, now I've loosened up movements along here, underneath here, gotten in and kind of worked this a bit. Now I want to work on that nasal labial fold through there. So especially down here, this is really pulling down here. I'm going to release tension in that part of the nasal labial fold. And I'm going to slow down again. I haven't even had any coffee and I'm racing through this. This has been such a fun day today. And I'm getting up to the top in the nasal labial fold. Just do that several times. I'm going to switch to the other side, do the same thing. And then after I've done this massaging and releasing, then I want to move into our holds. When you're doing a hold, that's when you want to go from beeps to beep. So you start at the 1 beep and finish at the 2 beep. I'm not going to hold my holds quite that long because I want to do this video for you. But the first thing that you're going to want to do is create your snarl. We call this in microcurrent industry as esthetician, we call it the snarl. So I'm going in right here and then I've got another prong right here. And then I'm just kind of lifting up this little snarl here. I'm going to hold that for the complete session from beep to beep beep. And I'm going to do that several times. I'm going to work it up here. Now this time I've got my prong underneath this lip and I've got it up here. If I do this other side, it's going to be one under here, one of them here. And I'm going to work all this section along my upper lip. Now, some people don't have as much space through here and it can be very squishy. You just do the best that you can. I'm also going to do a diagonal hold. So I'm going to have one prong here and one prong there. And I'll switch it and do a prong here and a prong there to help give me that Cupid's bow that I want to have. Now, if you don't have as much room, just work to the side of the nose. You're still going to see great results. You can keep doing this plumping through here over and over. It will not hurt you until you're starting to see that plump line that you want to see and that lifting that you want to see. So here's how I do my diagonal lift. I'm going under the lip and then up to the opposite nostril. Here it comes. It really goes slow when you're trying to do a video. And then there's the other side. So I would hold that for a session and then I'm going to do the same thing here again. I'm going to work this side of the lip. Lifting the lip up. Lots of movements doing that. Of course, I'm going a little quicker here so I can show you. And even though I'm going quicker and not doing my holds for the full length of time, you can still see that my lips are plumping up and my Cupid's bow is getting more pronounced. Love that. And then the same with this side of the mouth, doing my snarl, getting my snarl going. Now think about this being clay and everything that you're wanting to lift in this area. So I can do a hold here. I can keep holding up through here, holding up through here, just depending on your mouth. Your mouth will be different than my mouth. You're just going to lift up any folds that you have and work on shortening that muscle by contracting it, strengthening it. And doing the same thing on the other side. Now, part of lifting your lips and all of this is lifting up those cheekbones. So anytime you're working the mouth, and that's why we started with the cheeks and the neck, is because we want to do that movement where we are lifting the cheekbones. The more we lift the cheekbones, a lot of good things happen when we do that. It's going to lift the jawline. It's going to lift the mouth area. Now, there is also a muscle on the face that runs through here that we want to firm up. We want to shorten that distance there. When you do that, it's going to pull the mouth up. See that? It's also going to lift up the neck and the jawline there. So getting in there, getting a hold of that, getting one prong on each side, and doing several holds with that as well is going to do a lot of lifting all over for you. Same thing on the other side. Getting in there and working that area. I love this when I remove all my makeup. You guys get to see my flaws too. This is my dark spot. It's like a pet. I got burned by a dermatologist and it fades. I can get it to fade and fade, but as soon as I'm out in the sun again playing tennis or something, boop, it's right back there again. It's the way it is. Life on the planet. We're not going to be perfect. Okay. So that's lifting up all around the mouth area. Again, on this side, you would want to be doing your glides and working and pulling up. I'm always better at this with my right hand than my left hand. And also my gel is drying up, so it's dragging just a little bit. I can get this a little wet in the jar there. There we go. Much nicer. Feels better. And again, lifting, toning the cheeks. All of that is going to help with your mouth area. Lifting up through here, pulling it up, re-sculpting that whole area. And that is how to treat your mouth area with the Clareblend Mini. Now, if you're in your 50s or higher, you are probably noticing, or if you're postmenopausal or even premenopausal, you start to notice those little lines all around the lips. You can see this helps with that. It's definitely going to tone that area, but the product the tool that, so I'm going to give you a plug for another tool here. But if you're concerned about the mouth and the lines around the mouth, the tool that I have for you, it's my plumping tool. Let me show it to you. That tool is called the Time Master Pro. This is the plumper. It does not firm muscles. It will make the muscles twitch a bit, but it's not firming the muscles the way your Clareblend Mini is, but it gets in there and drives product into the skin, and it also really plumps that area. So when I use this, I always have everybody start it on the first setting for strength-wise. Here's where it shows you the different strengths, and then I'm going to change it flashing. is actually the most potent LED that you can use. However, some people get migraines. If you're light sensitive and you get migraines, you are not going to want to use this flashing. It will give you a headache and make you not feel well. For the purpose of this, because it is so bright, and I'm doing a little demonstration for you, I am not going to have it flash in the camera because it's not so pleasant. I'm putting a fresh little bit of my O2 Calming Gel on, and then I'm going to take it, and I'm just, oh, it buzzes. When you feel it on you, it's like a vibration. You move it around, and as it moves, you can see my lips are moving. So I'm getting some contractions from this, but it's not the same as doing the microcurrent treatment. I'm going to go right over the mouth. It's really an interesting experience. It's almost like sticking your finger in a socket and electrocuting yourself, but not that bad. The more you do it, the more you get used to it. With many of my clients, after they've had this a few times, we're turning it up in strength. So there's 4 strengths, but the 4th is going to get pretty strong. And more jumping. But you get used to it. And what it does for plumping those lips, and it also helps to really increase that vermilion line, the little pink line around your lips. You'll notice as you get older, that line starts to really fade, and your lips just kind of become blended into the rest of your face. One of the joys of aging. So this, not only does it plump the lips, but it's going to increase that vermilion line. And even if you still have those pursing lines around your lips, because they're nice and plump and juicy and rosy, it just doesn't matter as much. It makes it just not such a big deal. So this is a tool that you only use once every 3 days at the most, and for 10 minutes if you're doing the entire face. If you just want to do your lips once every 3 days, you can do that. You don't have to do it the full 10 minutes. Just do it for a few minutes. It works beautifully. This is a tool that you do want to use conductive gel. If you do not use conductive gel, you'll burn out the little motor in it, and that's not good. So anyway, I did, just because we're doing the mouth area, I did want to show you this device because it will take that Clareblend Mini treatment to that next level. So not only firming the muscles around the mouth. Well, with the Clareblend Mini, you're releasing a lot of fascia and tension around the mouth, and then you're firming the proper muscles that you want to lift around the mouth. And then when you get in the Time Master Pro, that's when you're really doing your plumping, really getting those plump, juicy lips that you want. So that's our class for today. Next week, we're going to dive into the eye area. So really important, get out your Anma, be doing your treatments on your scalp. A note on the scalp, I've had some people say to me they get a headache when they do it on their scalp because they're doing it too hard. Fascia is on the surface and it's very soft, and all it really needs is warmth. So you don't need to dig in to the scalp. You just can rub with it very lightly, and you're going to get a release in your fascia. And then get under here and do the movements, and do above the eye area, do your eye movements. Because if you jump into the Clareblend Mini without doing those and we start treating your eyes, you're going to not like the results as much. You're going to see more puffiness and different things going on, and we don't want that. What we want to do is get in there and work on reshaping and lifting those eyebrows, and that is going to be amazing. And that's what we're going to do next week. So tune in, stay tuned, and we'll see you then.